Iran's political and military landscape has been shaken to its core after multiple news outlets reported that Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been killed in a major joint military operation by the United States and Israel. Iranian state media confirmed the death early Sunday following a barrage of coordinated strikes that targeted key leadership sites in Tehran, including Khamenei's compound, signaling one of the most dramatic escalations in Middle Eastern history. U.S. officials, including former President Donald Trump, publicly acknowledged the strike and described it as a decisive blow against what they labeled a long-standing adversarial regime. Israeli leaders also stated that several high-ranking Iranian officials were eliminated, including top commanders tied to Iran's military and nuclear infrastructure. The death of Iran's highest authority, who ruled for nearly 4 decades and shaped both domestic policy and regional alliances, has triggered widespread uncertainty, not just within Iran, but across the Middle East and around the world. Immediate retaliation from Iran included missile and drone strikes against U.S. and Israeli positions, raising fears of a broader conflict. Tonight, we break down how this operation unfolded, why Khamenei's death is significant, how regional dynamics are shifting, and what this means for global stability. According to confirmed reports, a coordinated military campaign by the United States and Israel struck multiple strategic targets inside Iran, including missile sites, military infrastructure, and leadership compounds, in an operation that some officials described as unprecedented in scale. Iranian state media confirmed the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the country's supreme leader since 1989, after the attack severely damaged his residence in Tehran. President Donald Trump released statements framing the operation as a justified response to what he and Israeli leaders described as long-standing threats posed by Iran's regime. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed this stance, saying there were many signs that Khamenei was killed, and emphasizing the elimination of senior figures connected to the nation's nuclear and military programs. The operation reportedly involved a combination of airstrikes, missile barrages, and precision targeting, with senior military leaders and advisors among those said to be killed. Iranian state media also reported that members of Khamenei's family were killed in the strikes, deepening the emotional and political impact within the country. For decades, Khamenei had wielded absolute authority over Iran's government, armed forces, and Revolutionary Guard, making his death not only a symbolic blow, but a strategic one that could reshape internal power structures. The reported death of Ali Khamenei in strikes by the United States and Israel has triggered an immediate and powerful reaction inside Iran, reshaping political calculations, sparking public emotion, and touching off a cascade of regional responses. Iranian state media confirmed the news and declared a 40-day period of mourning, describing Khamenei as a martyr and underscoring his decades-long control over the Islamic Republic. Authorities broadcast his accomplishments and framed the attack as a violation of national sovereignty. Domestically, Tehran's leadership has moved quickly to consolidate power and reassure the public. Senior officials have warned of severe retaliation against perceived aggressors, signaling that Iran will respond with all its might to any further military pressure, and Iranian forces have already launched missile and drone counterattacks against Israeli and U.S. bases across the region. Mass mobilization rallies have been reported in major cities, with crowds chanting slogans of resistance and state authorities emphasizing unity in the face of external threats. Hardline factions within the government have seized the moment to rally support behind the regime's core institutions, casting the strikes as evidence of global hostility that justifies continued hardline policies. Beyond immediate street response, Iran's political elite now faces the immense challenge of ensuring continuity of governance. The Assembly of Experts, the clerical body responsible for selecting a successor, is under intense pressure to act swiftly to avoid any power vacuum, a moment the state fears could embolden internal divisions or opposition movements. Analysts say the internal reaction reflects a blend of nationalist defiance, institutional consolidation, and strategic positioning as Iran braces for continued conflict and diplomatic isolation.